Hello Divas and Divos, welcome to Roller Diva Dance Fit. I go by the name of Lady Godiva. I'm a fitness coach and skating enthusiast, and today I want to talk to you about an issue of real importance in the skating community, and that is, how do I make these delicious looking custom skates? We're gonna talk about that next, okay? Cue the music! Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about really important factors for you to consider when you're making yourself a pair of custom skates. But before we dive right in, I want you to like this video, I want you to subscribe, and I want you to ring the bell so that you can know whenever I'm ready to hook you up with some information on a really important topic, okay? So let's get into it. It's really fun to think about making a pair of skates exactly what you want it to be. It shows your own sense of style, it shows your own flair, but how comfortable are the shoes, okay? If the skate is gonna be based on shoes, then you want the actual shoe to be as comfortable as possible, okay? So I have a few of my custom skates here. I like making custom skates. I have some Vans, I have some Nikes, I have Converse skates. These are typically types of shoes that are gonna be comfortable whether they have wheels or not. These, I absolutely love them. These are Michael Kors boots. They take a little bit of a break-in period though, right? So when I made these into skates, I had to acknowledge that, okay, it may take a little bit of time for me to get comfortable with them. And honestly, I call these vanity skates, right? It's some skates that you have for when you just want to look really cool outside, but if you need them for skates that you're wearing every day, if you need them for skates that you're going to be dancing in or doing other activities, it may not fit the bill just in a more general sense, okay? So you want to pay attention to that. If you only have one pair of skates that you're making and you know that you're going to rely on these for your activity, you want to make sure that they're as comfortable as possible. Vans are a really nice choice, and so are Nikes, and I'm sure there's a lot of others. I know a lot of people like to make skates out of Doc Martens. Again, I don't have experience with making skates out of Doc Martens, but I would assume it's gonna be a little bit similar to this bad boy, where it's gonna look so cute, and you are gonna attract a lot of attention, and you're gonna feel pretty awesome when you're outside. But if you make a pair of skates out of something like Doc Martens or some sort of a hiking boot, please understand that it's gonna take more of a break-in period, okay? So if you're just ready to get skates on and roll for hours a day, hours a week, you may wanna have a backup, okay? These bad boys are not cheap to make custom skates, so take that into account. Here is another thing that you wanna pay attention to. You wanna know what is going to be the function of your skate, okay? So do you want an all-purpose skate where you can cruise around your neighborhood? Do you want a skate where you're gonna be able to show up and show out at the rink? Do you want a skate where you're gonna be able to hit the skate park and just demolish that whole situation? You wanna be able to figure out, what is the purpose of my skate? That is going to allow you to figure out what you need in terms of crafting these babies. Okay, so when I made these skates, if you notice, well, you probably don't notice, so it's probably too far away from you, but these are indoor wheels. This means it's a whole lot that you probably don't need to really think about right now, but these are a pretty hard durometer. I think they're about 98A. If you want me to talk a little bit about wheel durometers and what makes sense for what situation, comment below, let me know, I'll hook you up. But with this particular skate, I had to know, hey, I kind of want this for slicker surfaces, maybe I want this for indoors. So when I'm planning to make this, I make sure that I'm getting wheels that are harder, okay, and a plate that's gonna make sense for that particular environment. And usually when I say a plate that's gonna make sense for that particular environment, it's pretty much an all-purpose plate, but the idea is I don't need anything too fancy for that, okay? So these are things you want to consider. Similarly, with these particular skates, I wanted to make sure that I could go outside with them, okay? So if you notice, I have big gummy Moxie wheels on them. These are gonna get over cracks and small pebbles if I'm outside, okay? So that was the function of these, and I had to make sure that my accessories matched. Okay, so when you're putting them together, really pay attention to what the function is. Now, if you notice, 3 of these skates, I have radar energy wheels, okay? I love these because they are really small wheels, so I can dance in them, but they are also gummy so that you can go outside. So honestly, if you want a pair of super duper all-purpose skates, like a radar energy wheel with a Vans type skate, I mean, you really can't go wrong. Okay, so the next tip I'm gonna give you is really, really special because I thought of this on my own. Not to say that other people don't do this, but I didn't get this from any other source. I had to just figure it out on my own. So if you have skates that are the typical type of boot design, right? Say your Moxies, say your Shore Grips, your Impalas, your Moon Boots from Moonlight Roller, whatever you may have, if it is a typical boot shape and you're used to that, if you are making custom skates like Vans, guess what? They are flat. So when you skate with them, it's gonna be a little bit awkward for you, right? You're gonna feel like you're falling backward because you're used to that heel stabilizing. And I love a heeled skate, okay? I love a boot. So here's what I figured out how to do. If you go onto Amazon, which is like the mecca for all things random, right? If you go on Amazon, they have these cool little doodads right here, okay? They're basically insoles for your shoes that add height. They're kind of gummy. I think they're like a silicone material. But I'm telling you, if you use all of these and you put them in your skate, boom! It's just like if you're in a heeled boot. It really mimics it incredibly well. And I will tell you, I would not have any of these custom skates. It would not be worth my time if they did not have that heeled feel to it, okay? So know if you want to make a custom pair of skates like this and you are really into the idea of skating in a heeled boot or you're just used to that, by all means, you can have your cake and you can eat it too, okay? So usually on Amazon, they're like $7-8. They're really affordable. You can get one for any pair of skates you have, okay? And I'll put that in the link below. Now, one of the really fun things to do when you're customizing a skate is all the cool accessories, right? So really allow yourself to play around with this. So what I mean by accessories is if you are at the skate park or you know you want to be in a skate park, then what you might want to do is put a grind block on the bottom. Now I don't have a grind block on any of these because I kind of gave up on park skating. Like those slams to the ground are freaking intense, okay? So I kind of gave up on that. But if you want, there are these cute little doodads called grind blocks that you can use. You want to think about that before you make your skate because you want to make sure that you're getting a plate that is suitable for the grind block that you want to have, okay? Also, just part of the fun of this is figuring out toe stop wise, what kind of toe stop do you want, what's going to be functional, but also match, right? Match the whole deal that you're trying to create here. Things like laces, right? Now this is the fun part. Look at here, right? I created 2 different colors here. So again, this is the really fun part of customizing your particular skates, okay? So play around with it. That's the enjoyable part, okay? Right. Okay, so another really important tip, especially if you are making sneakers out of things like Vans or Converse skates or any type of sneaker that has maybe a softer sole, you may need metal insoles, okay? So there are some people, usually I go on Etsy and there's always a dealer there that happens to have metal insoles. I believe the metal insoles I have are from a place called RollAround Skate Shop. Again, I'll link that below. And you just get them made to the size of your skate. Sometimes it's suggested that you go a half size lower. So definitely put those metal insoles in there. Now, another tip with the metal insoles that, you know, is a live and learn kind of experience for me If you're making something like Van skates, I would suggest maybe going up about half a size if you're gonna put a metal insole into it, okay? So I have these, I wear a 7.5, these are a 7.5. I have a metal insole in them, and they're a tiny bit tight, right? They're good to go, I still wear them all the time, but I can't wear them as long as I might typically like, just because they start to get a little bit uncomfortable, okay? These, however, I'll tell you a story, okay? I actually wanted to give away a pair of skates on Instagram. These are the bad boys I wanted to give away, size 9. Again, I wear a 7.5. And on Instagram I said, I'm just, show an act of kindness, and I'll pick from, all of the people who are showing an act of kindness on Instagram, and I'll give these away. Can I tell you, I got 0 people that showed an act of kindness to win these ridiculously awesome looking skates, okay? So I'm a little bitter, not gonna lie, because they're mine now. But the point being that these are a size 9, when I was able to put in an insole, I got these little furry insoles too. Look at that. They're a little fuzzy, and so what they actually do is they make it so that a size 7.5, with the insole, with the furriness, with the metal, all of that, I am able to wear that size 9. The last thing is, okay, you got all the pieces, all the parts, all the know-how, the design, you're ready to go. How do you put them together? Because I surely am not putting them together, right? That my handiness ends there, okay? But a few things, if you have a handy-dandy partner who can put some of them together for you, say hello, Mr. M.
Hello.
Okay, so that's Mr. M. He's my partner, okay? And he put a few of these together for me, okay? So if you have somebody who wants to get gangster like that and just go on YouTube and look at a tutorial and crack one of these bad boys out, by all means, elicit their support in doing such a thing. But for some of the other skates here, you just go to your local roller rink. Some of you I know aren't necessarily close to a roller rink, but if you are, a lot of the time there's somebody working there who will put your skates together for you. I live in Tampa, and my skates were put together by Skater's Choice skate shop in Tampa. So if you are in the Florida area, they will hook you up. They're so good. It feels beautiful when you're rolling around in them. So I definitely suggest them as a means of getting your custom skates put together if you are in the Florida area, okay? If you are not near a skate rink, however, there are some places online where you can, some skate shops online where you can just ship your skates and they will take care of the rest, right? You can literally order on their site, I want these plates, I want this wheel, throw that lace on it, and they will get it together for you, okay? So even if you're in a place where skating does not abound, don't feel left out. You can still do this, okay? And you can still get your beautiful pair of custom skates, okay? So I hope this was helpful to all of you out there in the world. I don't know why I kind of sound British all of a sudden, but I do these things. You're just gonna have to get used to it, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this. Please like if you did, please subscribe. Let me know, what are your favorite kinds of custom skates? What other kinds of content do you want to see related to wheels, plates, all of these fancy doodads that get connected and hooked up to these skates here? So thank you for joining me on Roller Diva Dance Fit. I will see you soon. Bye, honeys.